On March 18, 2025, following a presidential directive, the National Archives released the final cache of JFK assassination records. This wasn't a standard update, it was a digital flood. 68,000 previously withheld or redacted FBI and CIA files, finally made available to the public in their raw, unedited form. 6 decades have passed since the event, yet as soon as the servers went live, thousands of people began downloading and sorting. Why is our culture still digging through these files with such intensity? There is a persistent friction between the weight of this tragedy and the perceived smallness of the perpetrator. It feels impossible that a world-altering moment could have such a mundane cause, so we instinctively search for a complexity that matches the consequence. This defines the magnification paradox. Our response to historical trauma is to zoom in, clutching at the belief that if we look closer at the evidence, the chaos will eventually yield to a logical structure. But this pursuit of resolution has a cost. After 60 years of archival deep dives, we are finding that higher magnification doesn't always provide clarity. Often, it only creates more room for the shadows to grow. To understand the power of this paradox, we have to go back to the street level in Dallas and the primary visual record that started the obsession, Abraham Zapruder's 8mm film. In 1997, the Zapruder family and the National Archives turned to the Macron Group to stabilize and preserve the 26-second clip, hoping to squeeze more data from the aging celluloid. Investigators used photomacrography to capture all 493 frames under high magnification. They weren't just looking at the action, they were peering into the gaps between the film's sprocket holes, searching for clues hiding in the literal margins of the evidence. This set an influential precedent. It reinforced the idea that the real truth isn't found in the big picture, but is instead buried at the molecular level, waiting for someone to look closely enough to see it. This microscopic focus eventually scaled up to the people in the crowd, giving rise to legends like the Umbrella Man, a figure standing near the motorcade route with an open umbrella on a clear, sunny day. Josiah Thompson and Errol Morris described this as a cautionary tale for any researcher. When examining a chaotic outlier, we build vast, interconnected narratives. We invent a signal because we cannot conceive of the noise. Ultimately, staring at a single data point doesn't reveal a hidden plot. It reveals our own psychological drive to find patterns where none may exist. This instinct towards suspicion was validated by the government itself. In 1964, the Warren Commission delivered an official narrative that was so flawed it practically invited conspiratorial speculation. By the 1970s, the Church Committee revealed that the CIA had actually been involved in foreign assassination plots and mafia alliances. Suddenly, the most paranoid theories on the fringe were being confirmed as institutional reality. This transformed paranoia from a hobby into a core part of the American experience. Authors like Don DeLillo captured this shift, showing how suspicion became the primary way we interact with our own history. Actual institutional secrecy became an accelerant. Every redacted line in a folder was treated as definitive proof of a vast cover-up, regardless of what the text actually said. This is the context for the 2025 release, a world where every page is finally unredacted and every file is searchable. But even with total transparency, the obsession remains. The release of 68,000 pages hasn't brought an end to the theories. It has only provided new terrain for them to colonize. We are discovering the limits of our own methodology. Historical trauma cannot be solved with higher resolution or better digitizing. This 60-year cycle of scanning and theorizing stopped being an investigation into a crime a long time ago. It has become something else entirely. The magnification paradox is a mirror. Our search for hidden patterns is a reflection of our inability to accept that the world is fragile and that tragedy is often utterly, devastatingly random.